for these things give us the freedom to make noise and to move around. I give thanks for this center, for it gives me a place to do my own meditations, to help other people take time for their meditations. And it has given me so many beautiful bits of wisdom. So I give thanks for it all. And I can release this meditation knowing that any time I choose, I can reconnect with this quiet to heal myself or others. So I give thanks and release this meditation by simply saying, and so it is. Thank you.
Good morning. Nice to meet you. Every morning I see beauty in your eyes. Out at sea we watch the clouds and find the world is ours. So won't you come and see the way unfold, the story told, the lines undone. It's better when we're one. Time and space cannot define our lives anymore. Lifting off, defying gravity, we know we're free. So won't you come and see the way unfold, the story told, the lines
Testing.
undone. It's better when we're one. Love expanding, every moment feels brand new. Ever after, happily, I'll stay right here with you. So won't you come and see
Won't you come and
the
see
way
all the way to
unfold
Won't you come and
the
hear
story told,
Won't you come and
the
see
lines
all the lines are
undone.
Won't you come and see
It's better when we're one. It's better when we're one. You want to do?
Thank you,
Let's
guys.
do animals. I'm feeling that. Do your little dun, 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 dun. Maybe you're gonna do it to us. When the day is over and the evening sky is barrening, with the blue to orange fading, there's a subtle smell in the air, tempting and seductive, that there's something great awaiting. Bats fly in the tool shed by the water, oh well. Nothing tricks the echolocation. All along the water there's a sparkle, oh well, signifying the next big one. When the time has come for looking critically at what's around, to find out the pace of this next run, somewhere, somehow, forces draw together, starting now. Or has the act already begun? Bats fly in the tool shed by the water, oh well. Nothing tricks the echolocation. All along the water there's a sparkle, oh well, signifying the next big one. And all the wild animals seem to bend about, 'cause they know it's coming, they know how. All the hawks in the sky, perspective from so high, they see how big things are gonna be this time. Closing up for nighttime, time to seal these evening fragrances at the deep blue velvet eye mask. Maybe some of this magic will slip in the door behind me if I don't shut it too fast. And all the wild animals seem to bend about, 'cause they know it's coming, they know how. All the hawks in the sky, perspective from so high, they see how big things are gonna be this time. Bats fly in the tool shed. Bats fly in the tool shed. All along the water there's a sparkle, oh well, signifying the next big one. And all the wild animals seem to bend about, 'cause they know it's coming, they know how. All the hawks in the sky, perspective from so high, they see how big things are gonna be this time. And all the wild animals Because they know it's coming, they know how. All the hawks in the sky, perspective from so high. They see how big things are gonna be. They see how big things are gonna be. They see how big things are gonna be this time.
Okay, y'all, if you know it, sing along.
Oh, 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 oh.
Just feel it in your heart. It's to feel good, not to sound good. You can deviate if you want. Harmonize. Here we go.
Walking along with your head in the clouds, headphones turned up way too loud. It's the kind of day you're just rolling along, looking for a vibe in your favorite song, with the radio on and the radio up. You know we're singing loud cause we never give up. I've been feeling something calling me from way inside, so I paused, turned my gaze to the sky.
Along with your head to the ground, somewhere to be, no time to look around. People yelling, trucks roaring, overwhelmed sound. Plugging in my headphones just to dim it down, with the radio on and the radio up. You know we're singing loud cause we never give up. I've been living in the fast lane for way too long. Time to slow it down, might be time to move on.
Cause I know there's so much more to life than this. Remembering to give thanks each day we're blessed. And how can you make extraordinary things from an ordinary day? Staring at the sun, time has just begun. Arms as open as the sky. Maybe now it's time to fly from this ordinary day. Walking along with your head in the clouds, 'cause I know there's so much more to a life than this. Remembering to give thanks each day we're blessed. And how can you make extraordinary things from an ordinary day? Staring at the sun, time has just begun. Arms as open as the sky. Maybe now it's time to fly. Staring at the sun, time has just begun. Arms as open as the sky. Maybe now it's time to fly. from this ordinary day. Oh, 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 oh.
Can y'all join us in the O?
Oh.
We're setting the vibration for our speaker today. Do it again. Hit it, Jim.
Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. You can tell Ken's gone, the attendance is a little low. But we have a great program for you today, I think. And I'm going to kind of be the MC. And we have actually a ton of announcements that I'd like to get to before we get too far along. So the very first one is about Sam and Lucy's music program this afternoon. Would you like to tell us about it?
We have an exciting day planned as usual. 4:30 p.m. we do community singing. If you want to sing to feel good, if you want to sing to create a vibration that ultimately changes the planet and affects all of humanity, we do it right here in this room. It's really fun, and you don't have to know anything. You don't really even have to do anything. You're going to be uplifted either way. And the second thing we do is a sound healing. You know, jump in, Sam, if you want. Where you basically just get to bliss out for like an hour, 50 minutes. You get to, if you want to bring a mat or get comfy pillows, we do that at 5:30, and it is, it's a beautiful, it seems like a passive activity, but a lot goes on. We set a very strong intention. We invite you to set an intention, and you get a kind of a healing, relaxing experience. We're contemplating moving this earlier. So if anybody's interested, we've spoken to a couple of people, rather having it more early in the day, like after around noon or 1 or something. Let us know if that sparks your joy. Otherwise, right now we'll be keeping it at 4:30, 5:30.
All right, thank you. There's one other bit of information about this that I'd like to add, and that is that it's by donation. And if we donate enough, they'll be back. Okay? I mean, that's how it works. These young people have to earn a living. And so if we donate and have them come back more often, it helps us and it helps them. So when you go to this afternoon, donate a little bit. My second announcement is organizational meeting for the Mystic Fair fundraiser. That meeting is August 22nd at 1 p.m. here at CSL, and we need some volunteers to help with the Mystic Fair. It's a big fundraiser for us, and I really would recommend that you donate your time to it because it really helps us. My next announcement is actually I'm going to have Brenda come up and talk about it because I think it's really important. I read about it and it really gave me a lot more information than I had before.
Thank you, Jim. Good morning, everyone. Did you know that over 2 million African Americans captive, Africans captive ones drowned on their way over to this continent? Did you know that 10 million were brought here and built our country? Well, it was a cruel way to build our country for sure, but it was done that way. And on August 23rd, it's a Wednesday, it's a short ceremony, 5 to 5:30, there'll be a remembrance ceremony for the folks who perished and or built our country. So again, it's 5 to 5:30, Wednesday, August 23rd, and it's a way to honor what was done, what they did for us. And I encourage you to come. It'll be at the Plaza, the Constitution Plaza, or Plaza de la Constitución, as they say, at the gazebo, short ceremony, 5 to 5:30. And it's a lovely ceremony. I think you'd really enjoy it. So I encourage you to come. There will be flyers in the lobby. Thank you.
One other thing I learned about reading about this is I think 9 slave ships actually came to this town, to the bayfront, with an average of, I think, 1,500 people per boat. So that was something I didn't know. And what I would like to say about it, I think, is that information is really what gives us wisdom. This kind of information makes us a little bit more aware of life with us and others. And so wisdom comes from getting really good information. I have one more announcement, and that is CSL presents Fun and Games Social, August 31st at 6:30 p.m. CSL is having what could be considered an indoor block party. Sounds good, sounds good. A night of food, fun, and community for all the CSL family and friends. This is a good time to invite your friends to experience our community here. We want to continue to get to know each other, create connections, introduce our families, invite friends, and have an evening with no agenda other than to have a good time. It is a potluck, snacks only. Any contributions you can just bring to that night. It will be BYOB beer and wine, so if you're so inclined, bring your own beer and wine. Multiple board games will be set up in multiple locations so you can charge up, challenge, and mingle till your heart's content. We are looking for volunteers for that night of the event to help keep things flowing nicely and to keep things tidy. On our calendar, I tried to put all the information about all the events, but also on here is Tina's phone number if you have any questions about it or you want to donate some time or energy towards it, contact Tina. And I guess that's and there's a flyer outside if you want more information about this. So I guess that's the end of my announcements this morning. So how about some music?
All right. So we just finished recording a 20-song album for a friend of ours, which is a really big, fun project. And this is a new song from that album. So it's the first time we've played it. So here we go. Searching the world to find a place that gives me meaning. I'd love to know if I'm awake or if I'm dreaming. This is all I've seen before. If I don't get this right, my world could fly out that door. Let it all go, let it all be okay. Release into the unknown. We're never alone. This is where I wanna be. Look at me, standing in the mirror. Could it be that I'm finally seeing so much clearer? Let it all go, let it all be okay. into the unknown. We're never alone. This is where I wanna be. And what am I scared of anyway? And why do I hold on for so long? 'Cause change is the only thing in life that we can count on. So let it all go, let it all be okay. Release into the unknown. We're never alone. This is where I wanna be. Yeah, let it all go, let it all be okay. Release into the unknown. We're never alone. Yeah, I wanna be something like this.
Aren't they great? Now is the time when we normally have a reading and an opening prayer. So this week, when I was looking over some of the material, Mary Ann's bio kind of caught me with a phrase: motivational spiritual storyteller. And that just really kind of caught me. And what I said to myself is, I want to do that. You know, I want to be a spiritual, motivational spiritual storyteller. So what I did this week is I went back and I looked at some of my really, really old writings. And I wanted to talk about or read about some of my early revelations because they were really life-changing. And this particular one that I'm going to talk about and read this morning was the actual revelation came around 1990. And immediately I kind of wrote it down in my journal. I journal a lot. And then in 2009, I went back and I found this revelation and I rewrote it so that it's kind of presentable to people. And I shared it in some classes that I did around 2009 and 10. So it's, revelations are a really interesting thing. I love them and hate them a little bit because they always challenge you. They always make you do things that you need to do that you probably don't want to. I tried to think of a metaphor for revelations, and what I came up with was this. Imagine a really, really loving grandmother telling a little child they need to quit pooping in their pants. Okay? I mean, this is a life-changing event for this little boy or girl, you know? And it's really, so often these revelations are just that kind of challenge. It really challenges us. So I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's kind of long. But I have hard copies by the front door, on the desk by the front door. It has a picture of sky. So if you want, after service, you can pick up and read the entire article. But the part that I want to read this morning is just a short part of the actual revelation. The title of this is A True Spiritual Path, which is something that I was desperately searching for. So it reads this way. On this day, as I meditated and found the quiet mind I searched for, I asked, how do I know I'm on a true spiritual path? The answer came instantly, and with it, Also came the knowledge that this message was profound, especially for me, and truly answered my question. It came in the form of simple words spoken into my brain, clear and audible. It said simply, to be on a true spiritual path, you must be 50% student and 50% teacher. To be 80% student is to be self-centered. Give me, give me, give me. Give me this wisdom. To be 80% teacher is to be arrogant. I am the teacher, as if this wisdom actually came from me. The voice in my head was calm, loving, and blunt. I wrote it down immediately and found regret within the words. There was no maybe in it. My heart sank. If you want to read the rest, there by the table. The reason my heart sank was at that time in my life, I was really introverted. At that time in 1990, I could never have imagined myself standing in a stage talking to people, much less reading in public. So revelations are like that. They are really challenging, but they are worthy of your time and effort, and they will change your life. So let's take that concept and go into our morning prayer. There is one divine intelligence, and it is here with me this morning, as it is with everyone, all the time, everywhere. This one divine intelligence guides me, helps me to find serenity, joy, and beauty. It helps me to find contentment in this busy world. It helps me to see and feel compassion for others. And it's always available to us. That's all we have to do, is focus our attention on the spiritual. Focus our attention on that which lifts us up. It's always here. It never leaves. So I give thanks for this divine intelligence, for it has done so much for me, guided me, loved me, and helped me. It's helped me to face my fears, my uncertainties. It helped me to confront my angers. It will do the same for you. I give thanks for this center. I have been coming here for most of 38 years. And it has helped me in so many ways. So I give thanks for all of this. And I know that it will continue, not just for me, but for everybody. And so I can release this prayer knowing that this is true. Knowing that this is a part of the divine plan. So I can release this prayer in thanksgiving simply and easily by saying, and so it is. Thank you.
So just feel your hearts and let this song kind of vibrate into that space to prepare ourselves for the message.
This is another new song too, so.
You guys are our experimental audience. Sunlight falls on my face again, calling me to the space within. Hey, hey, finding light in my core within. I release into more again. Hey, hey, deeper, riding this blissful high. I let myself float away, away, deeper into this brilliant light. I let myself float away, away. I am becoming one with all. I am knowing oneness now. I am becoming one with all as I let myself go. I let myself go. Sunlight falls on my face again, calling me to the space within. Hey, finding light in my core within. I release into more again. Hey, hey, deeper, riding this blissful high. I let myself float away, away, deeper into this brilliant light. I let myself float away, away. I am becoming one with all. I am knowing oneness now. I am becoming one with all as I let myself go. I let myself go.
One with all as I let myself go. I let myself go.
Marianne Gennaro is our speaker this morning. And in her bio, she says she is a single, proud mother of 4 grown children, 9 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren. She doesn't look that old, trust me. After raising all her children, Marianne pursued Toastmasters to expand her ability to communicate more effectively. It's a really powerful thing to do. She won 2 international speech contests. Mariana had her spiritual awakening in July of 2015. This awakening was inspired by accepting the role of a volunteer at the Marian Correctional Institute for incarcerated men and women. This amazing experience opened her heart and soul, and she found her purpose to be what God created her to be, a motivational spiritual storyteller. This amazing experience opened her, oh, I read that. Excuse me. Adversity turned to victories, which led to Mariana's passion for being of service to humanity. The stories will be shared to captivate and motivate as she herself continues to grow on her spiritual journey of life. Marianne's desire is to inspire, even if it's only one person. She strongly believes she is doing God's will. Her title this morning is Finding Yourself, Knowing Yourself, and Being Your Authentic Self in the New Reality. Marianne.
Jim, could I move this to the middle? I love it. You can see me. Good morning. I stand before you today in total gratitude. This moment, I believe, is a blessing from God, from Reverend Ken, to be reunited with this wonderful community that still remains in my heart, and a blessing for having my beautiful daughter, Mariana, to attend with me today. I heard this story, and I wanted to share it with you because I thought it had a great meaning. A couple went into an antique shop, and they spotted this magnificent, beautiful teacup way up high on a shelf. And they fell in love with the teacup, and they said, I have to take that home with me. As they're admiring the teacup starts to talk. I have not always been like this. There was a time when nobody wanted me. There was a time when I was not attractive at all. There was a time when I was just a clay lump that needed help. Then the master potter came along, and he picked me up, and he started to pat me and reshape me. I said, stop that. You're hurting me. Change hurts. He simply just looked at me and said, not yet. And then he put me on this wheel, and I was spinning around and around, and I was getting sick to my stomach. And I said, please let me out of here. And once again, he just looked at me and said, not yet. Finally, the day came when all that molding and pinching and spinning had given me a new shape. I thought, great, it's over. I have arrived. Suddenly, he put me into a huge oven. It was so hot in there. I can't stand this. I'm going to die. This is going to kill me. You can see me through that glass oven door. I'm suffering. I shouted out once more, please get me out of here. We all have had this conversation in our life with God. There are times when we are in the midst of hardship, and we will say, I know you're God, a higher power, and you can perform miracles. Please help me. He finally took me out and placed me on a shelf, and I sat there for a while, and then he started to paint me a beautiful blue. It felt good. It's over. Not yet. He put me back in the oven for something they call a second firing. It was twice as hot, and I barely made it through the first firing. I'm not going to make it through this. You must listen to me. Please, Master Potter, let me out. God is not doing this to us. He's doing it for us. One day, that door opened, and he finally took me out, and he put me on a shelf to cool off. God is like that, you know. He'll give us time to cool off, to pause, to reflect, and resume. I was now handed a mirror, and I looked at myself, and I could not believe the transformation of how beautiful I was. And now I'm special. But I wasn't always this way. Finding yourself. I thought this was a great analogy on how we can be changed when we're faced with great adversity. We must be patient. It is in God's timing. We must be committed to our spiritual practices every day. If life becomes comfortable, we're not growing. God is turning you into something that will amaze you. It will amaze many others who knew you in the old reality. They will turn and say, "This is God," because God can do anything. Now, what do you add into that beautiful cup? Anger, bitterness, harsh words, judging others? These emotions are part of being human. Just don't keep them inside you. Pour them out as fast as possible. Now, what I see putting into the cup is gratefulness, joy, peace, love, forgiveness, compassion, and humility. Let my cup runneth over. God provides the cup. You are given free will to add into your cup anything that you choose. We can adorn the outside of us by applying makeup, getting dressed in nice clothing, men with cologne and nice suits. But if someone was to bump into you, what would spill out? Quote, "Only the truth of who you are, if realized, will set you free." Eckhart Tolle. Knowing yourself. I'm going to speak on a personal level because I did not know myself. As a young woman, my father would say, we could be in a room filled with professionals, and in the crowd, there would be one person who was hurting, who was coming from a dysfunctional background, and they would find you, Marianne. Well, thank you, Dad. And I was a little offended. But why was I being attracted to these people? I now know my thinking played a major role on what I experienced. You see, vibes create our life. And what we give off is what we create, experience, and attract. The scenario went something like this. "Oh, excuse me, are you broken? Do you need help? I can help you. I can change everything for you." And I did this in all of my relationships. And what happened is I became broken. See, I always had a compassion and love for all. However, I did not give that love and compassion to me. I forgave everyone, but I didn't forgive me. See, I didn't collect trophies. I collected red flags. Many years later, my daughters would ask me, "Why did you stay in an unhealthy relationship for so long?" Sometimes we have to dig really deep, and it's not a question we want to answer. And the reason why is because I was insecure, codependent, expectations of what I thought the relationship could be. It was years of programming that I had to let go of. I have lamented and grieved that was not a great role model. But today, I am much stronger. My cup was broken in October of 2020 and shattered my world. I had a seizure that caused me to hit the floor and sustain a concussion. What poured out of me was a very crystal clear message. Once again, I was not practicing self-care, working very long hours, high stress, sleep deprivation, personal issues. My cup was empty. And I share that part with you is because sometimes we'll do that to ourselves. Never run on empty. God had my attention. The success of spiritual growth is determined by the strength of our faith to build on a strong spiritual foundation with God, to accept ourselves, and to focus on what is truly essential for our life. Since then, I have worked very hard on releasing the old patterns in my old reality. I've been very mindful to practice self-care, appreciating who I am today, and my life journey is still to seek the best version of myself. We've never there. It's a day-to-day process. God does not miss a moment to show us how far we've come. They say hurt people become healed people, even when they're healing themselves. Now, that is a powerful statement. And when you're healing yourself, you now have a responsibility to help others by sharing your wisdom. I think that's what caused me to be a storyteller, because of all my experiences. Why wouldn't I share that? Each day, we need to take our triggers, recognize them, and heal them. Find out why we're having them. And I just read this recently, and I thought it was beautiful. Take those triggers after you heal them and turn them into glimmers, micro moments of happiness and hope. You will start to see these glimmers, and their micro miracles will appear everywhere. If I ask you who you truly are, your authentic self, would you be able to answer me at this moment without hesitation? Let's clear our path right now, and starting with healing that comes with forgiveness. I did this meditation practice at a retreat, and if you will bear with me and do this, it's a Hawaiian practice, and it's a brief prayer. Some of you may be aware of it. I want you to picture somebody that you need to forgive or you have forgiven. It can be yourself. I want you to sit back in the chair, take a deep breath, and if you choose to, if you're comfortable, close your eyes and repeat after me. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Let's do that again. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I strongly encourage you to do that at home It was amazing when I did it because I thought I had forgiven. And the emotions that came out of me after that meditation told me the truth. Knowing yourself. To find yourself, you need to know yourself. I would like to share some of the continuous practices I apply in my own life. Silence your monkey mind. You know, that endless chatter of gloom and doom. I have been very, very conscious of that monkey mind because it'll help me to spiral out of control. Here's what helped me. When I hear that monkey mind, I know without a doubt I am disconnected from my direct relationship with God. And for me, that is very frightening. A quiet mind, and you can hear your intuition over fear. Intuition. I didn't listen. Can you relate? Follow your intuition. It is your heart and soul speaking. It is the knowing power of the truth without the help of your mind. The power of intuition lies in its ability to empower you. You are being guided. If it feels right, then it must be. Everything can be deceived, but your conscience will always keep it real. The next helpful part of your life would be integrity. Integrity is living our lives in congruence with our values. Do you know what your values are? Then why would we even think to tarnish our integrity? Why would we ever accept anything less than our own values? Maintaining integrity in the face of adversities takes an incredible amount of courage. It leads us to choosing right over wrong, ethics over convenience, and truth over popularity. If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. One of my favorites, gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful healing ointment. Wear gratitude like a cloak, and it will reach every corner of your life. Rumi. Develop daily attitudes of gratitude and give thanks for everything. There's always something to be grateful for. Gratitude can transform common days into thanksgiving, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. God, I thank you for all the ways in which you have graced me and led me and healed me. This one was hard for me. I'm still working on this. Attachment versus non-attachment. The root of suffering is attachment. Attachment holds us back because we do not want to accept change, and change is inevitable. People, places, and things will disappear. Non-attachment means that you can live your life outside of the person, place, or thing, even our own thoughts and emotions. Holding on to expectations of what we thought would happen is suffering. And I suffered due to expectations. When we find ourselves angry, disappointed, hurt by someone or something because it's not going as we planned, it only shows us where we need some work to be done. I, myself, listen to many podcasts. I read many spiritual self-help books. I write spiritual posts on Facebook every day, and I share motivational talks. But I have to check myself every day. Is what I'm saying what I'm living? Because it's very easy to say all this, but are we living what we're learning? We come to service each Sunday, and we might say, whoa, that is an awesome message. I resonate with that message. But when you leave here, do you consciously apply that message to your life? There will be moments when we are not the best version of ourselves. It is very comforting to forgive ourselves, knowing we can do better tomorrow. Learning and sharing is my way of being of service. Helping others to see the good in themselves will help you see the good within yourself. It's a win-win situation. Being your authentic self in the new reality. What is the new reality? It's letting go of your past and creating your own new reality, a life you will love. We must practice spiritual and emotional maturity consistently. When you are beautiful on the outside as well on the inside, you will project this beautiful energy and light. Our world needs that now more than ever. Don't you agree? Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is wisdom. Many have viewed my own life as, wow, she has a beautiful life, so many blessings. And this is true, I do. But I was not always living a beautiful life. I did not have the spiritual and emotional maturity to fight back the dark experiences of my life. But every experience we have, good or bad, helps us to grow, to be at this moment, to share up at the prison here what I went through and how I came out of that darkness. It was all God. And I turned pain into power, adversities into victories. Because I will tell you, if God has a plan for you, He will continuously have grace on your life. Your spiritual practice and knowing who you are does not mean you will not have challenges. However, you will recover much faster. I am sharing my wisdom with you right now. It is an endless journey of self-reflection. We are not the same person we were yesterday. Our goal is to find ourselves, to know ourselves, and to trust ourselves. It is our superpower in becoming your authentic self in the new reality. It is God that molded and shaped me into the woman I am today. My strength was drawn from my tenacity and my perseverance to increase the quality of my life. I'm going to speak to you right at this moment on a more personal note. I've been 2 years on seizure medication, and the side effects have not been easy. So I reached out to my neurologist, and my expectations were this. I'm fine. There's no seizures. I want my independence back. I have not driven in 2 years. And I don't want the side effects of this medicine anymore. So let's decrease it. And she just looked at me and said, okay, but you're going to do a 4-day EEG test, and we will see, and we'll lower your medicine 50 milligrams. I'll take it. I went to my daughter's house, and they came in, and they hooked me up with 25 wires in my head and then wrapped me up like a mummy. This was not funny, but yes, it was. They had 2 cameras on us. I stayed at my daughter's house because the fear was, if you do this, you may have a grand seizure. And they gave some spray for my daughter to, if she's going in this, squirt this. I didn't care. I don't want to live in fear, and this is now how I didn't choose to live. So while we're being monitored, I thought it was just video. We had no clue it was audio. Oh my. So here we are. She's smiling. Here we are, we're eating. We're Italian. We're eating and we're munching, and I'm like, I wonder if this is doing anything to the wires. And we're talking, a lot of talking about personal stuff. Now, we really didn't know we were being audioed, but when we found out, my daughter said, no problem. They probably pulled up a chair, got some popcorn, and thought, this is the best EEG that we ever had. As I sat there, I had to entertain myself. We're talking 4 days. So I visualized as I sat there, and I had all of those wires in my head, and I visualized that each wire was extracting something from within me. And I saw codependency going out. And I saw every negative thing that was not of God being extracted out of my head. And it was a beautiful vision, but we all know the truth. In order to take anything that is negative, is not giving us service, we are the only ones responsible that can take that out of ourselves. I was positive. I had expectations. I was attached to what I thought it should be. And right before I was coming here, 3 days before, the neurologist called me. And I could hear it in her voice. And she said, I'm so sorry, Marianne. We cannot take you off the medicine. You cannot drive. And we found seizure activity on your left side of your brain. And I cried for 2 days. And all those things that I just gave you on what you should do, I wasn't doing. But when I told you that you'll recover quickly, I did. And what I looked at was a different rerouting of my life. Thank God there's medicine to help me. Thank God I could be here today. Thank God I will continue to watch my grandchildren and my children live life. And I will live life just a little bit different. We recover quickly. See, when you find yourself and you know yourself, then being in your new reality, you have choices. You can be depressed, or you can say thank you. My affirmation, and if there's anyone here struggling with any kind of health issues, this is the affirmation that came to me. I am a child of God. I do not inherit illness. I am in good health, and I claim it. I say that every day. There's something that I say continuously after any one of my talks. If I have touched one heart today, then in some small way, I am doing God's will according to His word. I live every single day in the moment, and we can't worry about tomorrow, next week, some months from now. But I'm telling you, I am not going to wait to do the things that I love. I'm going to do them now. So we're thinking about Bali. Not such a small dream. My mantra every day is this: Luka, Samasta, Sukhino, Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may all my thoughts, words, and actions in my own life contribute in some small way to that happiness and freedom to all. Namaste.
Good morning. Now is the time when we support this center. The reason we support it is because it's a really, really beautiful thing to support. It encourages us and gives us social interaction. So let's go ahead and read the affirmation, placing your hand over your heart. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all I share with life returns to me, multiplied abundantly. And now may the ushers collect the offering. And for you.
You're my heaven and I'll sing it to the stars. You're my heaven. Feel the light turn to night with the calming of the evening sun. Sitting low, there it goes, dipping down now. Today's come and gone. Here I am, hand in hand, as I walk in the sand with you, love. Letting go like a wave in the ocean, my eyes turn above. You're my heaven and I sing it to the stars. You're my heaven, I feel grateful in my heart. Now I come to see you, I know I want to be with you forever. 'Cause every moment with you I'm in heaven. Wind blows high with the tide in the sky, little fires are shining, capturing all the things that a dream might be possible. Here I am, hand in hand, as I walk in the sand with you, love. All the lights in the sky, do you think they'll tell us who we are? You're my heaven and I sing it to the stars. You're my heaven, I feel grateful in my heart. Now I come to see you, I know I want to be with you forever. 'Cause every moment with you, you're my heaven, and I pray to the angels that I live you always, and I serve you like the queen. You are my heaven, and I pray to always be with you. Oh, 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 you're my heaven, and I pray to the angels that I live you always, and I serve you like the queen. You are my heaven, and I pray to always be with you. Oh, oh, you're my heaven.
I give thanks for this monetary gift. I give thanks for all the volunteer help that keeps this center going. I give thanks for the divine that kind of guides us and teaches us and loves us, and the board of trustees that's going to take this money and spread it out over what needs to be paid for. So I give thanks for all of it, and I know that it will return to us multiplied abundantly, and so it is. Thank you, Terry. And now for a closing treatment. Close your eyes if you choose. And know with me that these words of Marianne and my words and Sam and Lucy's music will help you through the week, help you to know the divine for it's everywhere present, help you to realize the beauties and love and compassion in your life. It'll help you in so many different ways. So I know that this time spent here has been of value. I give thanks for each person. I give thanks for Sam and Lucy's music. I give thanks for all of it. And I can release this closing prayer knowing that it does its good and perfect work simply and easily by saying, and so it is. Thank you.
Y'all know this one. Take the time, take the
Time, take the time to be joyful. Take the time, take the time, take the time to be joyful. Joy is everywhere when you take the time to see it. Throw your hands in the air when you take the time to feel it. Take the time, yeah, come on. Take the time, oh, oh. Take the time to be joyful. Take the time, oh, oh. Take the time, yeah. Take the time to be joyful. Joy is everywhere
Right here.
when you take the time to see it.
Look around.
Throw your hands in the air when you take the time to feel it.
Last one, y'all.
Take the time, whoa, take the time. Take the time to be joyful. Take the time, take the time. Take the time to be joyful.